that Denver Broncos Buffalo Bills game was everything and more. The spread originally opened up at -1.5 for Buffalo, and then it moved to Denver -1.5. And Josh Allen had 4 turnovers in that game, and James Cook fumbled the ball in the beginning of the game in the first quarter, and Bo Nix looked like a really darn good quarterback. And then, of course, Brandon Cooks and the controversial play with Jaquan McMillan. You could take that so many different ways, and I've watched that clip 25 times trying to figure out if that was a catch or if it wasn't a catch. If you're asking me, watching all the angles that I saw, I understand that Jaquan McMillan, the Denver Broncos corner, was basically taking the ball away. Jaquan McMillan was. That was not an interception. I can't picture in my mind how many more times processing that the ball was intercepted by Jaquan McMillan, and the refs not even reviewing that. So yes, if you're asking me, I would 100% think Brandon Cooks caught that ball and he was down by contact. I understand it looked like they were rolling around, and they can say that there was no evidence to overturn that, but the refs not even reviewing that. But no, the Buffalo Bills did not lose the Buffalo Bills did not lose that game off of that one play. Josh Allen's turnovers in the game basically costed them that game. Yes, if that call would have been not an interception and it would have been ruled a catch, they probably would have won that game. But we don't play what ifs. The Denver Broncos were up 10 points in the first half of that game because of Josh Allen's turnovers, because of James Cook's fumble in the first quarter. So yes, Denver 100% deserved to win that game. They outplayed them. Both teams had opportunities in overtime, and I just feel for Bo Nix. I really do. Even as a Patriots fan, I know we have to go into Denver this weekend. It is not going to be an easy task. I really would have loved to play Bo Nix, but the Bills lost that game not because of that intercept, not because of that call. Yes, that was a catch by Brandon Cooks, but we don't play what ifs. On this podcast, I don't play what ifs in life. What if that happened? What if this? No, it happened. They lost the game, and Sean McDermott got fired. We'll talk about that as well. But, the Bills have to figure out how they can get Josh Allen a number 1 wide receiver. Again, I mean, they had Diggs, of course. They got to figure out what they're doing on defense for their run game. Their pass defense was good, but some of their drafts, of course, have not been the greatest in previous years. But, we'll talk about that as well. But, the Broncos deserve to win that game. Josh Allen's turnovers costed them that game. I was vouching for Josh Allen as Superman on the podcast last week. The only reason why the Bills were even in that game remotely close was because of Josh Allen. But you live and die by the sword. That's the type of quarterback Josh Allen is. I have said this years now. Josh Allen's play style is never going to change. That type of play style can catch up to you. He led the NFL in turnovers a couple of years ago. He is turned the ball over 4 times in this game. So that play style from Josh Allen is never going to change. That's what you have to live. That's what they live by. That's his play style. That's his game, how he plays. He's a riverboat gambler. He's very careless with the ball. If Josh Allen didn't turn the ball over in the first half, and the Bills or Broncos didn't score didn't get those 3 points off that field goal, we may be talking about a different game. But they were down 10 points in the first half because of Josh Allen's turnovers, because Josh Allen is careless with the ball. But also, too, Josh Allen's play style and the way he plays the game from them being in that game was the only reason why they were in that game, was because of Josh Allen. So it was a great game overall. You can sit here and you can process it in your head. Was it a catch? Was it not by Brandon Cooks? I would love to hear what people have to say. I personally do not think that was a catch I don't think that was an interception by Jaquan McMillan. I thought, looking at that so many different angles, that he's down by contact, and then people are going to say that he wasn't down. They were both rolling around on the ground for the ball. Cooks never maintained full possession of it, but it looked like from what I saw that he was down. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I would love for people to tell me otherwise, but that's really how I feel. The play changed everything. Go down the quarterback stats. Allen had 3 touchdowns to 2 picks. Nix had an exceptional game. He had that great throw at the end to Marvin Mims in the end zone, and you just hate to see Bo Nix go out that way. And it was so weird. It was like, oh, the Broncos going to the AFC Championship with Bo Nix, and then you find out after the game that he fractured his ankle. And I was trying to figure out where he fractured his ankle. He fractured his ankle not on the QB kneel down. It was the play before that when they were getting Will Lutz in position to kick the field goal to win the game. But yeah, I mean, tough way to go out for the Broncos. I don't like that. I'm not like hoop hop and hooray that Bo Nix is out for the AFC Championship. Patriots get to play the Broncos with Stidham. Yeah, I still think it's gonna be a great game.